What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Onney, the CEO, and I'm back to you another week, another fire yet inspiring segment. I have someone very special for you guys, and I need you guys to buckle up your seatbelts because you're now plugged in, tuned in, tapped in to Outside the Box. Now, the woman that I have on the show today, she's more than a friend. She's like a sister. And if you know what I mean, you got to have those prayer partners, those accountability partners, and those that inspire and motivate you. And she has definitely done her part in my life. So without further ado, I want you guys to give it up for Miss Kris Bryant.
Hey, hey. Oh my God, this is such a special opportunity to be sitting here with you because, girl, you know I love you on purpose.
Okay.
Lord
intentionally.
Jesus. Yes, because like when I first met you, your spirit overwhelmed me, and I knew right then and there that this was one of my lifers. Like we were going to connect and we were going to do big things together, and we have, and we shall do bigger things.
Yes.
And thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. And everybody now knows how much I love you. But for those that are tuning in and watching, can you tell those that may not be familiar with who you are, and what you do?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Guys, I am Kris Bryant. I am the host of the City Highlight radio show on the GMT platform, as well as a mental health advocate. I believe that we must mind our mentals. It's a personal journey for me, but now it's my purpose. So I'm really excited to be here because we got some big things going on, and it's amazing how your relationships,
yes.
Can you say your network
is your net
network?
worth?
So I'm really excited to be here and share with your audience what we have going on. Mother's Day weekend, Mental Health Month of May.
I love that. I'm so inspired by everything that you do. And you're in radio, you're a media personality, but you still find ways to use your platform to bring awareness to topics that need to be addressed in the community and to have those elephant in the room type of conversations. And a lot of people feel so uncomfortable with just being that authentic and that raw. And so you're just like that naturally, but you pouring it out on your platforms and you're opening up ways for other people to do that. So what inspired you to start using your platform to elevate the message?
I'm gonna be honest. My inspiration, what inspired me, is moving through fear and embarrassment, and just really coming from a place that my personals were something that I like to keep separate, but being in media, having a platform forces me to have to put that in the forefront. And one of the biggest things that I dealt with was having a mother who had mental health deficits. As a child, it was very embarrassing for me because I was raised by my grandmother. So to explain the story that my mama don't live with me, this, that, and the other, that became something that I felt was just for me. RatedX, GMT, the City Highlight told me that no, it's not just for you, this is for the world, because there are people that are having the same experience and are feeling just as alone as you did. So why not make that the forefront? Why not utilize that platform to speak to that? Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna help somebody.
Right.
And that's my goal in life. That's who I am as a person. I support, I love, I pour into others because I don't know no better.
Right.
So why not use that, my platform, my light, to illuminate others and speak to things that most people want to hide.
Yeah.
That's why it's called Rated X. And at first you think Rated X?
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, what's the inspiration behind Rated X?
It's something to get your attention.
Yes.
It's a aha, wow, because you're going to stop and say, what's Rated X?
Yes.
And immediately you're going to think negative.
Yeah.
But if you take that X and you flip it and turn it into a positive, then that's what you have in Rated X. So everything about the name, everything about the mission, everything about the me is saying, hey, we all deal with stuff.
Right.
None of us are perfect. We're all human. We all just need to be okay with us. And when it's not so good, be okay with saying that.
Now, are you originally from Houston?
Born and raised.
Okay, baby. H-Town for
H-Town
life.
for life. Yes, you ain't know. That's why it's exciting for me to be the host of the City Highlight, because I get to talk about the things going on in my city. I love Houston.
And not only that, like being on your own platform and being able to sit across from different individuals, it's inspiring all by itself, you know, because you get to hear the story behind everybody's walks of life, and everybody's walk is different. And some people label success differently. You know, my version of success might not be your version of success. You know, some people might look at me as being successful, but in my mind, it could be my bottom.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I never live in the spirit of comparison, because that is a theft of joy. And you find it a lot in being in media. You are kind of privy to things that everyone else,
everybody is in competition
with each other, and I'm like, no, we can do so much more together.
Yeah,
we can go so much further. You know, we can build such a stronger foundation if everybody wasn't picking apart what you're building. And my thing is, I don't even mind people doing what I do if I inspire you that much to do it.
And you know what? This right here, this what we do, this what we continue to do, this what we're doing, it dispels all those myths.
Right.
It eradicates the competition, because you're my sister.
That's right.
And we do similar things. We can't never do the same thing, because you're you and I'm me.
Correct.
And what God gave to me is for me, and what he gave to you
is for me.
But it's enough out here for all of us to
I tell
eat.
people all the time, it's 7.9 billion
Seriously,
people.
And they all looking.
And guess what? They can't all watch me at the same time. Yeah. So it's enough room for everybody to have a light, you know.
I me
do it in shining bright don't require, it's not a prerequisite for me to dim yours.
Please don't. I hate even to think about the process of someone saying they needed to dim their light to be in my space. I'm like, no, you don't. Shine bright. Like, I love it when I see my sister shine, my brother shine, anybody in my space. That's my feel good. So why would I want you to not be that and not show that? That's crazy to me. But you know how I don't worry about that part of it. You know what I do? I show up with my sisters. I'm there when they need me. When they're doing something, I'm out there in the audience. When they need me to be in the wings, I'm in the wings. When they need me to dot their little face and take the excess moisture off, that is who I am. So therefore, I don't sit in that, because there is no competition when I'm by your side. How we compete when we walking together?
Girl, say that again. How
are we competing
when we walking together? And my whole thing is, it doesn't matter who get there first, as long as we hold the door open for each other.
It doesn't matter who get there first, because guess what? If I'm there first, you coming with me. If you there first, I'm looking for a seat. It don't have to be next to you.
Right.
I just could be in the audience. I just want you to know that I want to be there in whatever capacity that is. Because all the time I can't be on the stage with you, sis.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm going to be on the stage and you're going to be in my audience cheering me on. And at other times,
and we've both already experienced that. And that's what brought us here today. So before you actually started using your voice and becoming an advocate for mental health awareness, what was life like for you before you had the platform to even speak?
I was a business owner. Back in 2014, I opened a personal care business. It's where I went out and took care of clients, elders, for the most part, seniors. I love my senior citizens, and they're at the point in life where they need somebody they really want to care for them. So that was, easy for me. I got a call. My mom had stroke, was rendered incapacitated, and early onset of dementia, and needed a caregiver. So what I did for work became my life. And it got stressful. It got hard. And that is another reason why I started advocating. That's another reason why I started doing RatedX, because that became my outlet.
It took a different level of, forgive me, but I just want to acknowledge, it takes a different level of forgiveness to have to be there for a parent after you've been traumatized, or had to deal with some type of childhood trauma, which our parents, of course, they don't look at it like they traumatized us, because in their mindset they were doing the best that they could, you know, and they were making the best decisions that they could at that time. Now, just because that decision may or may not have been the best, but I thank God for the parents that did or do allow someone else to raise their children when they know that they are not mentally or physically able. So sometimes what we look at as a heartbreak or an abandonment is actually them saving us.
Yeah. I look at it like this, Onney. The system failed my mom. She was in prison. That's why my grandmother raised me. They didn't recognize her mental health deficit. They didn't see her as a diagnosis. They seen her as the black sheep, as a problem, as a delinquent. So the reason my grandmother raised me is because my mother was in prison. She didn't make the choice. She didn't have a choice. And every time she was free on these streets, I was with her. That's why it wasn't hard for me to parent my parent, because my mama did a damn good job when she was on the street. She was amazing. She got out of prison, went back to school, got her certified operating room technician certification. She worked with surgery. She was one of Dr. Cooley's lead hands. Like, he required her to be in his rooms at St. Joseph. So she wasn't just all that bad. So it wasn't an issue for me to care for her. As a matter of fact, it was my honor, because
shout out to that.
She didn't make those choices. Her diagnosis made those choices for her. So I wouldn't, I don't have resentment for that. It wasn't a hard decision. What was hard was, that's a lot of damn work. Like, you have to separate yourself from this being your mother and understand, like, my mama did some things in her mental stupor that was hard. I don't know if you guys have ever recognized sundowners. And if I've been up with you all day and now it's night, I got to be up with you all night, like, that's going to wear me down. And then the struggle of having to change your parents' diapers and do all that. Anyway, long story short, it gets depressing. It gets hard, and then it becomes a lot, especially when you have to give up the things you really want to do to do the things you're supposed to do.
Now, that's another conversation that people don't talk about, because people our age, yes, we still young and ripe, but when we start getting in those, pushing towards those 40s and 50s, our parents are growing up age, and now it's like we're left to take care of our parents. And even in dating, I find a lot of people are left, like women, grown women are caring for their adult parents, or grown men. You know, grown men don't even get the pass that grown women get.
But they are doing it.
But they're doing it. I've met,
here.
Shout out, I salute the brothers that did not leave their sick mom or sick dad at home alone because society deems, oh, you at home with your mom. Let me tell you something. If something happened to my parents, God forbid, because I love my parents, but if it came to the point where I had to care for them full time, and I had to choose over my life, my single life, or my parents will win every time.
Yeah.
So, I just salute the individuals who are coming of age, who have to make that sacrifice, because the roles do switch.
Yeah.
It eventually does. We start out, our parents taking care of us, and sometimes it turns out that we end up being the ones that have to take care of them.
And I experienced it on both ends, Onney, because I'm back into the personal care. I supplement. I have clients that I go in and, kind of do, it's called PRN, it's as needed. And it's in a facility where several seniors are. And I'm just grateful that I had the strength and the opportunity to be there for my mom, because a lot of those people their kids have just forgotten about them, and it's horrible, but it is what it is. Everybody doesn't make that choice. So I don't say that to say, yeah, I did that. I say that to say I was surprised that more people don't
do it. Right. I have been to senior living facilities and witnessed, like even the apartment condos for the seniors, where they are really like in their own apartments, and been told that, where someone had died in their apartment and was in there dead for days before they were discovered.
Nobody
and their kids didn't even check on them. Like, I literally called my mom and my dad every single day. It's not a day that go by, and if a day goes by, they calling me like, what's wrong? Why I ain't hear from you? You know what I'm saying? Because you only get that set. And if you're lucky, you get a bonus mom and a bonus dad, you know, because, I mean, my son, he has a bonus mom, and she's
that's a blessing.
Awesome. I mean, I love her to death. You know,
our baby mama. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay. Y'all hear that, baby mama? Because I mean, it's just good, and it does take a village to raise a child. You know, and
that's a blessing.
And
that's serious. They you know, some of them are left behind, and that's why I do that as a supplement, because you know everything I do is really heartfelt. That is truly the work I do. The advocacy, I just really feel like you have to live your life the way you want people to
now,
speak
your
to
shows that are on GMT, when do they air?
Stay on topic, girl. With that being said, I right now am in hiatus. And when I say hiatus, I may pop in and out the studio according to a client. If I have something going on, or if there's an event that I really want to go and speak to my audience, then I'll pop into the studio. But I was just in conversation with production, and I am going to be transitioning the City Highlight into an evening show.
I like it.
I'm not going to give y'all all the details because I want you guys really to stay tuned, stay tapped in, tuned in.
Yeah.
That being said, I'll have more information on my social media, so keep up with me. I got some stuff coming in the works, and we're doing a little transition. So I can't give you any times and dates right now, but it's on the GMT platform. You can always tap in when I'm on. It's going to be on my page. I'm going to put a flyer. You're going to know at least 24 hours in advance. You can always catch me on Instagram Live because that's my outlet. You know, when I need to talk to as many people as I can at one time, I'll hop on a live. But as far as having a scheduled show, the City Highlights was Monday through Friday, 2 to 4.
Okay.
And we're transitioning from that now.
Okay. Come on, nighttime, because you know,
I'm like,
the conversation's a whole different twist when the nighttime falls.
City Highlights nightlife. What you think about that?
I like that. Okay. You know, I was tuned in when you first started, and I've watched your growth. You've done different events for women. I performed at one of them. You know, so how does it make you feel to be able to know that you've been able to be a light in the dark room and bring people together that can celebrate life?
I am not good at tooting my own horn or speaking about, and that's why I don't highlight my own self. That's why I highlight others. But what I will say is, Onney, you performed. And I'm not going to say performed. You blessed RatedX. The third one, I think it was. You came and you shared spoken word. You were able to experience RatedX and what that energy is like. I want to ask you, is it okay if I ask you a question?
You can ask me some questions,
because that's going to tell the people.
This is a conversation, not an interrogation, okay?
That's what's going to tell the people.
Outside the box, anything goes.
That's what's going to let the people know, not me saying it. You've experienced it. Can you share with me what that was like for you to be able to share your gift with RatedX?
Well, for one, certain poetry that I recite in different settings are vulnerable pieces. And just being able to be in that setting where I could be vulnerable, not be judged, still be able to touch others in the room, and for them to be able to come to me after the show, after the gathering, and share their experiences and hug me and say, man, you know, like literally, like the books was just, I couldn't even keep up. They were just, I need your book, I need your book, I need your book. Because they was like, I was just so moved by that. And I've been through that, you know, when I talked about the reflection of, you know, and the liberation of a brown skinned girl, and how we, you know, we hide our scars so well, you know, but pressed powder can only cover so much.
Only so much, otherwise you're going to start cracking.
Cracking, yeah. And so just to be able to be completely naked at RatedX and be okay with it and stand in my truth, the experience was amazing. And I try to make it a point to participate in more experiences like that, because for me, it's not performing.
Yes.
For me, it's therapy. For me, it's being able to speak my truth. For me, it's being able to touch another.
Don't do this. No.
To touch another sister that have been in my shoes, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of my past. I might not talk about it often. If I'm asked about it, I'll answer the questions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't wear my trials and tribulations as a badge of honor because I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor.
Man.
And so when you're a survivor, you walk different.
Yeah.
You know.
Your mission is different.
It's different.
You smell different, you feel different, you move different.
All
you
of
are
that.
different.
You are different because I'm not a what I want to say.
Woe is me.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not a victim. Like you said, that was
Right.
perfect verbiage. You're not, and I don't want to. I'm victorious.
Correct. So if me surviving narcissistic abuse or me surviving infidelity or me surviving what I felt like was abuse through childhood traumas, if that makes you uncomfortable, that's a you problem. Because I'm a survivor, you know, and no one is going to be able to silence me for what I survived from.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine being in a space where you can absolutely fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a room full of people that's going to pick you back up and put you together.
That's what RatedX is about.
That's RatedX.
So RatedX actually have a retreat coming up.
Yes.
Tell me about this retreat.
May 12th through the 14th.
Mother's Day weekend, right?
Mother's Day weekend. We're going to have a 2-night, 3-day extravaganza. We're going to do fun-filled stuff. We're going to have a boat ride. We're going to talk. We're going to chat. We're going to eat. We're going to drink. We're going to have a good time. But it's a retreat at Margaritaville.
Okay.
And if you know what Margaritaville is, beautiful. And the margaritas keep flowing.
I
So,
have not been there. I might have to go and get on me a girls' retreat.
well, let me tell you the special part about it. Let me tell you what we have been able to do. We have secured the whole weekend for $550.
Wow.
A room for Margaritaville is $330 at night on sale.
Okay, let me
So
go
to be able to
on.
get the whole weekend,
Yeah.
plus the boat ride, breakfast included, dinner included.
So tell us what the inspiration was behind putting this whole event together.
I want us to get together and be able to go somewhere and not worry. We're doing a partnership with Empowermental Breaks, and that's where grown folks go and have fun because we're all booked and we're all busy and we're all saving the world. But who's going to save us?
Who's going to save us?
So we're going to save each other. We're going to get together on that weekend and we just going to celebrate our mental health. We just going to speak to mind, body, and soul. That's it.
And get some relaxation.
Yes.
And some margaritas in.
Yes, and we're
You know
going to
what I'm
get
saying? By the
cute.
poolside. sun's
Mika's
out,
going to be
buzz
doing the
out.
boat side ride. She's hosting it. So it's going to be and going, what is it called? The sunrise with the diamond.
Oh, I love it. Shout out to Mika Diamond.
We're going to put on our yellow because she's requesting that everybody on the boat wear yellow.
Okay.
So that's on Saturday. We're going to have a sparkle night where we're going to let it burn. There's so many things, so many fun-filled things that's going to be for that weekend. And I'm just really excited to have the opportunity to have people to come and share this weekend with me. And I'm really glad because your girl liked to save her coins. So when I was able to go back and forth with those people and get them down to where I can make it happen at that amount for the whole weekend. Yeah, I'm excited. So I just really, if you're interested, hit me on my social medias and I'll get you the link. It goes directly to Margaritaville, and everything that you're including is going to take care of your meals. It's going to take care of your entertainment. It's going to take care of your lodging, and we're going to take care of everything else.
I love it. Now, for those that are on Instagram, the link to the event is actually posted in her bio.
Yes.
So make sure that you go find her on Instagram at Kris Bryant _ City Highlights.
Yes.
And then her Facebook page, because you know our Facebookers, when she does go live, you can also catch her there as well, because she always has some intellectual conversations going.
I try.
And then also, can we find you on the GMT Facebook or?
Yeah, you can if you want to book me. No, trust and believe, I do more than just a show. Let me just say that. Hosting, red carpet, any event, creation. If you're trying to do your own show and you need production, whatever that looks like, anything broadcasting, I can help you with that. And you could just send me a text at 832-881-4331. You can shoot me an email, kbryant3br@gmail.com. You can hit me in my DMs. That's Kris, Kris Bryant. or the City Highlight family page. Just get at me. Send me a little quick message. Let me know what you're trying to do. And if I don't have the access, I will get you to the access.
She definitely knows somebody.
I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Trust me. And you know, I call myself the supporter, but I also call myself the connector because that's we have to do
all
that.
about connecting dots. You know, I have other people that are in the same industry with me, and I'll get a call, and I can't cover everything for everybody at the same time. So I might be like, you know what, I'm booked. But I also know a media personality that can cover that event.
Yeah, we do that, y'all. We really collaborate. We
pass them on.
Absolutely share.
So it's really about just building a good network of people that you can trust. Yes. And so whenever you call, I come running. And so I'm glad that, you know, you reached out and say, hey, girl, what's about? Get on the show. I'm like, girl,
and I thank you for that.
Pull up on me.
I thank you for that. And I'm so grateful that I have you in my circle because I'm so proud of my sis, y'all. This studio is amazing. It's beautiful, but just the experience. Like, I'm just gonna give her a little commercial right quick, because I have my show and you can come on it too. But if you're looking for somewhere to go and sit down and talk about what you have going on in the city, if you have a project, if you're an artist, because my sister's out the box for real. When I say you can sit here and talk about it, you can sit here and talk about it. Reach it to me, girl. Onney, the CEO. Book her. You will be pleased. You will not be upset. And on top of that, you're going to have a good time.
Yeah. Because, you know, I also do the red carpet hostings, too.
We be working. Just say that. These are people that work, and not only do we work for ourselves, we work together.
Yes. And I don't mind working for other people.
No, this is the evidence.
Yeah.
Because I told my sister, hey, you need me. Just know that, like, seriously. And I just want to speak to that. I love the fact that when I call, you pick up the phone. And the fact that your yeses be your yeses. And when you give me a no, your no be your no. And I respect that. And I love that. Although I haven't gotten that before, I just know who you are. And I'm so grateful for you. And I love you.
I love you too, girl.
For real. I want to mess up our mics and all that. Y'all have to forgive us, but this real right here.
It's a real moment.
This my sis. And I'm just so grateful to be in this studio and have this opportunity with you. Besides all that, I want people to understand you're amazing.
Thank you.
And I'm proud of you.
Girl, okay, look. I don't need no problem with my lashes.
You know.
So I want to thank you so much for just coming, sitting on the couch. Let me get all in your business. For us to talk about a little bit what you do and, you know, what inspired you, because I'm inspired. And I feel like if you can inspire me, you can inspire a lot of other people that may not even know how to tap in with you. So I just wanted to shine a bright light on you and give you your flowers while you can still smell them, honey. Yes, indeed. And I want our listeners and our watchers to be sure to follow up with her about the RatedX event that we'll be having, and look, my sis gonna be there in Margaritaville. You know, and who knows? We might even be able to slide in a little old performance or something up in that thing. We got all kind of things we might surprise you guys.
They don't know what's gonna happen. They just did book
that part. All right, you guys. Well, that about sums up our show for tonight. But I need you guys to make sure that you stay plugged in, tuned in, tapped in by following us on any platform that works for you. We are on multiple platforms. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Hip Hop Streets Live Stream Music App, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes, Radio Public. I mean, we are everywhere. And do me one solid. I would love for you to join my personal community and come on over to the YouTube page, Oustide the Box with Onney. Click that subscribe button and be sure to click the bell notification so that you can be notified whenever we drop a new fire and inspiring segment right here on Oustide the Box. Come with me. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the show, and we will respond back to you. I want to thank you again for just letting me love on you on purpose.
Thank you. And I love you.
I love you. Well, that is our show for the evening. Make sure you stay plugged in, tuned in, tapped in to Oustide the Box.